Previously on Dumbgeons and Dragons.
You've arrived back in Waterdeep. Ladies and gentlemen, Nulara Moonbrook, Flint Firebeard, Thia Amastacia, and Nye Ilmich have returned from Thay to discuss plans of our final move on the cult of the dragon. What can you tell us of your travels to Zonthal's tower?
We got through that maze, we made it in the tower, we got the quote-unquote dragon mask, but it was a fake.
The same man who you know as Sir Istival. What you have is ownership of Zonthal's tower.
I climb up onto the big boardroom table. We are not looking to sell the tower to the highest bidder for the fate of Faerun.
And I kind of bang my axe on the ground like,
totally.
yeah!
Pound my hand on the table. Got one hand in my pocket, and one hand is holding a...
Human finger bone.
Oh boy! Wow!
You catch the eye of Nye Ilmich. It will act, when activated, as a scroll of protection from undead.
Okay.
Everybody comes back to the table. So, where do we stand? Welcome to Dumbgeons and Dragons. We're a D&D 5th edition actual play podcast, and I'm your Dungeon Master, Russ More, and with me today is Carla Johnson.
Hey, number one. I play Nulara Moonbrook.
And Amy Moore.
Apparently, Russ doesn't love me as much as he used to.
Oh, come
I
on,
play
you've made
Thia
that joke
Amastacia.
already.
I have?
Yep.
Tom's always third, so don't say that, because then it's kind of sad as if Russ doesn't love Tom, and he does.
I do.
You should do Tom right now.
Show him you love him, Russ.
Yeah, just take that completely
How
out of
much
context.
do you love him, Russ?
Oh, God. And Tom Laird.
Hey, that's me.
I just meant
play
he should
Flint
take my
Firebeard.
spot. Not in the marriage.
Yeah. Just in
I
I
mean,
mean,
away
I'm a
from
pretty
us.
good baker, so...
Oh,
He's a
boy.
Master baker.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Ah.
Wow, we're 30 seconds in, and there's already been a masturbation joke and a Russ and Tom love on each other joke.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
What more do you need? End of podcast.
I mean, really, it's a downward slope from here. Just drag that podcast over the trash can.
Isn't
Get
it
rid of it.
usually though? Like,
if two dudes can't platonically love each other, what can they do?
Of course you can platonically love each other. The one sentence
Yeah, it
sounded
can
very
also not be
sexual.
platonic. So.
Yeah.
it did.
I mean-
You should do Tom next. Yeah, I should
Yeah.
rephrase. I need to have a mental filter.
Yeah. I mean, that would probably help a lot of situations.
I mean, if you're just realizing that now, I don't think it's ever going to happen, Amy.
Took me 31 years to realize I have a dirty pirate mouth. Who knew?
Where you can hear more of Amy's dirty pirate mouth is over on Patreon. Patreon.com/dumbdragoncast, where you can join the lovely community we have going over there, which is very fantastic, and we love all of you.
Oh, and we also love you if you're not a member of Patreon, too.
Also, yeah, that's true.
That's very
And we
true.
also love, if you're a frequent listener, if you're a sometimes listener, if
If this is your
you
first
just-
episode, welcome aboard. We love you.
welcome aboard, you're our favorite. But also, when you're on Patreon, you get an episode dedicated to you, so that's where I was getting to. And today's episode is dedicated to Jonathan. Jonathan Nguyen.
Thanks, Jonathan.
We love that
Jonathan.
guy.
You to bomb.
Love that guy.
You know, I haven't DM'd in a while when Russ doesn't get a message from Jonathan going, Tom screwed something up.
He is so helpful. He knows how
It's
to
very
play
helpful,
D&D
though.
so much better than I don't want to say we do, because y'all are great. I'm not. And I appreciate him continuing to listen to our podcast,
Yeah,
even though it's probably very
I'm-
frustrating for him.
I'm always up for tips because I'm not great at it. And it's very helpful when someone's like, oh, hey, you could have done this. And I'm like, oh, my God, I didn't even think of that. This is amazing.
I can't even drink out of a cup. I just spilled water everywhere. So, Jonathan, if you
So
have any
Carla's
tips
got her
about
own
how I
set of
could better
problems.
drink out of a cup, I would take those as well.
Jonathan, I'm wondering what I should do with my stock portfolio. Do you have any tips about that?
Diversify, Amy. We've been over this.
It sounds like we're joking, Jonathan, but we really do appreciate
No,
it.
of
course we do.
And all the support you give. That's what we do. Fuck it, let's play D&D.
Woo!
All right.
Last time you guys got some finger bones.
Yeah, we did.
Beg your what? Beg your excuse me?
We got
I just
some
thought that was
secret
the thing.
finger bones.
We didn't want to tell
That sounds
anybody
much
about.
worse.
Are we ashamed
I
of
liked
our
it better
finger bones?
when Carla said it. Yeah.
Yep.
This is where this episode is going.
And you were about to find out if there's any take backsies on any people.
I wish we had thought at the beginning of this whole council thing, like, months ago, to say, hey, no take backsies.
Oh,
But we
that would have
didn't.
solved so many problems.
So hopefully nobody does it, but I mean, we didn't say it, so I guess legally they're allowed to take backsy.
That is the law.
So we come back to the council chamber. And Lady Laird Silverhand has just said, so who's in and who's out? I can't remember what she said exactly. So
Did she
where
say
do
it
we
like
stand? Yeah. So where are we at, my bitches?
She's taking a very casual approach to this.
Has she been
She
drinking?
got real stressed and went and just took a few from the bar, is what she did.
Thea looks around and was like, there's a fucking bar here? Oh my god.
We need to spend
Yeah.
more time in council meeting.
I'd enjoy these more if I was drunk.
Everybody has taken their seats, and there's a calm hush over the chamber, except for you guys talking about the bar. And she looks around the room, and she says,
The Harpers, where do you stand?
and Remelia Haventree, who you met in the very first council meeting, who told you about the Dracorn and where to find Macath, stands up. And she says,
The Harpers will pledge the mages and the scouts.
and she sits back down. Lady Laryl Silverhands asks,
The Order of the Gauntlet.
Onthar Froom stands up, and he says,
Aye, we pledge the paladins of the Order of the Gauntlet and healing clerics to support the fight against Tiamat's forces.
he looks to you and gives a wink.
I blow him a kiss.
That's nice.
You shoot him a big thumbs up.
Oh, I do love shooting people a big thumbs up.
Flint's into it.
The Emerald Enclave.
Lady Silverhand says, and Delane Winterhound stands up. And he says,
The Emerald Enclave is in the fight and pledges the druids, treants, and lycanthropes.
and he sits back down.
I blow him a kiss. Haven't seen Delane in a while.
And he is looking fly.
Is he looking fine?
He always does.
He looks a little cleaned up for this one. Less like he's been out in the forest for 1,000 days. Yeah. I don't know if that's what you were looking for. Maybe you were looking for the dirty.
She's less
I
into
liked
it
him a
now.
little more rugged, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
It's fair. Lady Laryl says,
For the Lord's Alliance, I will speak to Waterdeep, and we will pledge the resources of Waterdeep's army and conscript troops.
Lord Dagult Neverember stands up, and he says,
Neverwinter is here to fight, and we will provide conscript troops and mercenaries from around the world.
Ambassador Conrad Bronnenville, the male dwarf from Mithril Hall, stands up, and he says,
Mithril Hall will pledge resources of dwarven fighters, dwarf-forged armaments, and siege weapons to aid in this battle.
Marshal Ulder Ravengard from Baldur's Gate stands up, and he says,
For the Lord's Alliance, we will pledge Flaming Fist warriors and expert advisors to train your conscript troops.
More like Baller's Gate, am I right?
Right?
he looks and just gives you a nod. Yeah.
Yeah.
King Melandrich stands up and says,
The Elven Eldritch Knights will join forces.
Tarn Thunderspell's Hornblade of Silvery Moon stands up, and he says,
The army of Silvery Moon, the Knights in Silver, and the Silvery Moon conscripts will join the battle against the Cult of the Dragon.
Sir Istval is the last of the Lord's Alliance to stand up, and he looks around the room and looks to Onthar Froom, and he says,
We will pledge the might of Cormyr, including our Purple Dragon Knights. and war wizards.
And he sits down, and Anthar looks a bit surprised by the fact that Sir Istval has pledged his resources.
He's like, that's not what we talked about, bro.
Also, was Purple Dragon Knight a class option? Because I'm interested.
Yeah, sounds super cool.
We'll talk about it. Ryan Nightshade of the Zentarum stands up. And she looks to your group. And Lady Silverhand says, where does the Zentarum stand? Ryan Nightshade takes one last look at your group and says,
We will pledge the assassins and the mercenaries that the Zentarum has to offer.
and she sits back down. Lady Silverhand looks around the room and says,
Well, that's everyone here, all following the actions that you have set forth.
and she looks to your group.
We know that we have the support of the metallic dragons. They will be at our side. The airships are ready and awaiting deployment. We shall leave for the Well of the Dragons in but 2 days. It is now up to everyone here to ready their troops. It will be a long journey, as the might of our force far exceeds the ability to transport them by air. You all are to make final arrangements, because this battle is not a battle that everyone will come home from. Thank you for your support. We will do our best to stop the Cult of the Dragon as a combined force, and hopefully a stronger force.
There's a round of applause that begins to go through the chamber. The mood begins to lighten a little bit. There seems to be a little hope now that everybody knows that everyone else is in the fight for good.
So go, ready your forces. Spend time with those you care about. Sleep tonight and hope for the best. But prepare for the worst.
And everybody stands up and begins to leave the room.
Well,
That's.
you guys want to go get drunk?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, probably. We should do it now, because then we, cannot drink tomorrow. We'll be fresh and ready to go when it's time to leave.
Yeah, that's a good call.
You're such a planner. I love it.
Gotta plan those hangovers.
Hey, Leosin, what you up to?
Well, there's lots of paperwork now that needs to be done. What are you up to?
We were going to head to the local tavern, and, thought maybe you might want to come with.
Yawning portal, join us for a drink.
And I'm elbowing him a little bit.
I know I've turned you down in the past, but
Yeah,
I think
every time.
I think today is probably a good day to join you.
Fuck yeah, the world might be ending. Let's go get a drink.
Fuck yeah.
Aww.
I clap him on the shoulder, lead him out of the room.
You guys head to the yawning portal.
As we're walking there, I kind of sidle up to him and I'm like, hey, have you ever seen one of these? And I pull out the finger bone.
Says
protection.
that's a human finger bone.
Yeah.
You guys keep weird things.
Yeah. It was actually secretly, sneakily given to us by Tharchin Iseldra Yeth. Not that I don't trust that bitch, because I don't. I don't trust that bitch. So I just, wanted a second opinion on it. Nyelmich assures us that it is for protection from the undead armies that the defected or the exile red wizards could conjure, but she made it seem like we should keep it secret, and I don't like that.
Well, they've pledged their allegiance and their forces, yes? So what good would it be to harm those they've pledged to assist?
Well, I don't know. I just don't know why all the secrets. So I just didn't feel good about it, Leos, and I just had to get it off my chest.
I mean, we could take it down to Arvid, and he could take a look at it.
Oh man, we should talk to Arvid before we leave. But first a drink.
Okay, because we're walking by his office right here. He could probably...
Guys, is it okay if we pop into Arvid's? Or?
Yeah, let's do it.
By all means.
You enter the Armory and Potions Plus
Yeah.
for the
It's
Castle.
a very
Waterdeep.
mercantile name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he's super creepy. Everything seems like it'd be like really
He's
dark and sterile.
you enter and he's writing on a ledger. He looks up and he says, "Oh, hello."
What's up?
Have you ever seen one of these? And I show him my finger bone.
Yes. That is a human finger.
Uh-huh. And what about the spell that accompanies it?
Well, you know it's a spell. You know it's school.
Abjuration.
Well, it seems you don't need me.
Oh my god.
So you don't have any other information about this?
I jest.
Oh, it's
You
I
just
should
what?
have known.
He's
you
just
were,
goofing, guys.
You were. It was your. We should have guessed. You're
Listen.
such a jokester.
Somebody finger boned us, and we just need to make sure that it's legit. Push past it. Get it together, Arvis.
It's Arvid.
Wow. I don't know why that was my reaction. I'm sorry. You're right. Names are important.
Yes, of course. Give me the finger. He-
Are you telling me you want me to finger you? I'm sorry. I'm drinking vodka.
It's supposed to be rum. Sean says it has to be rum.
I didn't have rum.
Well, the
in the
vodka was
box.
already in the fridge and cold. So.
It's in the box.
It's true.
He's already packed it.
The box is open. I didn't seal that one up.
Okay, well, this was cold. Anyway, I hand him the finger bone.
He looks it over, takes it up a step and behind a half wall.
I follow him.
You can't. There's a counter.
How does he get up there?
He's behind the counter.
Well, he's behind the counter.
Does the counter not lift up?
Think a pharmacy.
Yes. Does the
Yeah,
counter
like one of
not
those
lift
lifty
up?
uppy counters.
He sees you begin to lift it up and he says, "Please don't.
No, but I don't.
Respect the counter.
Okay, but can you stay within
Respect.
sight? I will respect your counter.
Can you not
Can
see
you
me?"
I don't know. Can I? You said he walked behind a
A
pony
half
wall.
wall. Yeah. He went
Yeah,
up a
like
step,
at a pharmacy.
Like in a pharmacy. Fuck. Follow my narrative.
I know. Sorry, I just freaked out a little bit. I'm like, oh my god, what if he's evil? What if he takes my fucking finger bone and it was a protection spell and I gave it to him and he made it not workable?
I mean, I think since he works here, you're probably overreading the situation.
Yeah, that's the vodka. Okay. Sorry, Arvid. Go ahead.
He begins working with some beakers and vials, and
Is there a Bunsen burner?
there's a magical Bunsen burner. It's just a flame in the air.
Cool.
And
Is there some titration that's happening?
yeah, there's definite titration, liquids bubbling in the background.
Good.
And he dips the finger into some liquid, and it turns a bright purple.
Is purple good? I like purple.
Well, if protection from the undead is what you are hoping for, then yes, purple is very good.
I really do like the color purple. Purple for protection. Thanks, Arvid.
He walks slowly back down the step and extends the finger towards you.
I
gives you
take
the
it,
finger.
and I make sure.
Make a dexterity check.
Oh God. I'm trying to make sure I don't touch him. That is 6 plus 2. 1.
Now, is this just to avoid touching him?
7.
Or to take the finger from him.
He pulls the finger back,
Ah,
smiles a little bit.
Oh God. Is this a pretty woman moment where he's like, he snaps it on me and I go,
Yeah. That's exactly what happens.
it's awful. I
And
hate
Russ,
it.
if you could cue Roy Orbison's Pretty Woman right here.
Is this
Got
like,
it.
are you charmed by him now? Do you like him now? Because of
No.
this.
Has he won
No,
you
I
over?
hate it when people do stuff like this to me.
He hands it back to you and says, just joking.
Oh, you're such a trickster. And I take it from him. And I turn around, like, my smile immediately. And when I turn around, I'm like, oh my God. Is my finger permanently purple, or was it just the liquid that
It was
turned
just
purple?
the liquid that turned purple.
Okay,
It's
cool.
too bad.
I'm walking out. I had, like, done like the and turned around and was like, oh my God, that guy.
He says, before you leave next, come back and see me. I have something helpful.
Well, can we get it now?
We're here now. Could we have it now?
Working on it.
Okay. I mean, we're leaving really soon.
Like 2 days.
I will have it ready before you leave.
Okay.
Come see me.
All right.
Any hint as to what it is?
Something good, or is it
Yes.
going to be something? Okay.
Yes. It will be good.
Okay. She'll
I've
believe
been-
it when she sees
I've
it.
been brewing up some new potions.
It's not going to turn me yellow, is it?
Okay.
Why would it turn you yellow?
Ooh, I'm already on board.
You had me at not gonna turn me yellow.
I am here. I am here to assist, not to play mean pranks like some sort of 5-year-old.
Ozark. Am I right?
Ozark?
You know, from Ozark's Bazaar. You heard of him?
No.
All right. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. I'm not about to explain Ozark and his bazaar to him.
Oh, that's part of the guild. You're not supposed to tell anybody about that. It's like a whole other level, man.
What? I didn't know it was like Fight Club. I didn't
I
realize. You know
I
what?
sort of forgot he was like.
Lab secrets all over the place.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Part of secret organization ruling the multiverse. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Anyways, so
It's not like
you
can
leave.
Google them or anything.
You head to the yawning portal. You open the door and it is bustling. There is a mix of people who look very concerned and people who look like they're celebrating.
Now, Russ, would you say that every day it's bustling?
Add it. Add it to Spotify.
Yep. I would. Every day.
Perfect.
Every day it's bustling.
Now sing the rest of it.
I
No.
will not. I will not get sued
I
by Party Rock. What are you doing?
Do we see anyone we know?
I mean, you came in with Leosin.
I know.
No, we're looking for someone with a table, Russ. Leosin doesn't have a table.
There are a couple tables. It's bustling, but it's not full. So there are a few
Okay.
tables. You see Durnan. He's at the bar serving. He sees you walk in and he lifts a glass, giving you the signal that he'll be over with some drinks in a moment. Nobody of great note that you really recognize. No.
Okay. Well, let's go sit at our table and, like, you know, have a debrief.
Totally.
Wait, we're getting naked?
Please, as if you wear briefs anyway.
Oh, God.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
Tom, roll a d20.
Whoa.
Speaking of.
Say 14.
You're Flint. You're good.
Okay.
Is there any music playing or anything?
Yeah, there's a bard playing in the corner.
Nice. Thea gets up and starts to dance.
Like a Nulara's like, you want a debrief? And Thea just starts dancing.
And Thea says, yeah.
Yeah. But first, this is my song.
All right.
Like, I'm just feeling the music at the moment, so...
Yeah.
Describe
And
to me how Thea...
It is very much for all the Friends fans in the crowd. It is very much a Phoebe Buffet style of dancing. Like a lot of like swishy arm movements, like when she's trying to seduce Chandler, and like like weird like claw hand movements and stuff like that. It's not very elegant. Thea didn't get to go to any sort of like dances and stuff like that when she was younger. So
No Juilliard equivalent.
You were taking scribe lessons. You weren't taking dance
there
lessons.
were no sock hops for Thea. So
So while this amazing dancing's happening, I'm picturing the music to be bard kind of music.
Like it
And
doesn't
she's-
fit the dance at all.
Yeah, it's like minstrel type music, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't really maybe go exactly with the dancing, in addition to the dancing being very nice.
it's more of like a stress reliever.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
while we're waiting for our drink.
I like it. I know you haven't even had a single drink yet, and you're already dancing.
Oh, that's what
Confident.
you think. I'm pretty sure Thea has
good.
a flask on her somewhere.
So, as I see the scene playing out, Flint, Thea, Nulara, and Leosin and Donnie were heading over to a table to go debrief. How do they respond to Thea's impromptu clause?
Flint is sitting there and he kind of nudges Nulara. He says, "Oh, she gonna do the tiger claw?" Right as she does the tiger claw.
Of course. Yeah, I think we've been together a long time. This is not the first time we are seeing these moves. So I think we just are or I shouldn't say we. Nulara is just indulgently smiling. Oh, yes.
You guys have
So
had
nice.
sleepovers.
You have
I
fun.
do.
Yeah.
You have fun. You're having a good time up there, and I'm glad you're glad.
Oh, and I do the thing where I try to get you to come dance with me, and you're like, no,
And I'm like,
actually, no,
no.
Thea, no.
No, definitely no. Maybe Donnie dances with you.
I motion for Donnie to come dance.
Oh,
I
Donnie.
can see it.
Donnie comes and dances.
As I think we mentioned last episode, he is still pretty new in his larger body. So, when he's fighting and stuff, he is kind of hyper aware and good.
Give me a
But,
dexterity saving throw for Donnie.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, oh gosh, I already put my dice on.
Donnie has to take Thea.
It's not great already. I can't rember what his
It is
plus
Donnie
is.
rolling,
Yeah,
so-
no, it's a 6. It's a 6 he got.
So Donnie bumps into a lot of people. And a couple of them get quite upset at this. And they stand up and then they look at a dragon dancing and then they get quite scared.
Yeah.
I notice this interaction. I'm dancing beside it, and every time he bumps into someone, I'm always kind of right, and I'm like, oh, it's okay, buddy. And I'm trying to smooth things over with people. Be like, listen, could be our last night to dance. Just
They nod and sit back down and keep an eye on you throughout the evening.
I say, Donnie, why don't we go sit down? Because he's actually starting to injure people now and cause destruction of property and things like that. And we love Durnan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we like Durnan. So
We don't want to wreck this place.
No.
This is our
we're not
place.
gonna trash his bar.
I mean,
so we
Durnan's
sit
no
down.
beefy stew, but he's pretty cool.
Exactly.
Yep.
He's pretty cool.
Durnan, in fact, brings some steins over and puts them down on the table. Says, been up to anything fun?
We own Zogthel's Tower now.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Yeah, it's all new to us. We don't really know how to feel about it yet.
Ever owned a piece of real estate before?
No, kind of been more wanderers, travelers,
Nomads, if you
adventurers,
will.
you know.
Well, buy low, sell high. That's what my my grandpappy used to tell me.
Oh, we didn't have to buy it all.
Hey, you bought as low as you can,
It's as
so
low as possible.
get the highest price you can.
Nothing but up from here.
I guess so.
Yep.
Good advice. Good advice. Thanks, Durnan.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
How about you? You been up to anything?
Just tending bar, seeing there's lots of people through here.
Have you seen Grog recently?
How are...
Who's Grog?
Grug. Sorry, Grug.
Grug. Yeah.
Grog. Like alcohol. Damn
You know,
it. I thought you were a
pirate
bartender.
wine.
I mean, I just thought maybe
Sorry,
you knew
Grug.
something I didn't.
No.
Yeah. Grug hasn't been through in the last couple days. He was here through for the festival there, and then he's kind of just gone his own way. You know him. He kind of comes and goes as he pleases.
He sure does.
How are people doing? I know it's real crowded here and everyone's, things aren't great right now, but we're going to...
Everybody's
Big things are coming.
everybody's
Either way, right?
Everybody's rightfully concerned. Everybody's displaced from wherever they came from. They want to get back, but they don't know if they can go back.
Well, you know what? What you're doing here is super important. Just a safe place to go with community, friends, laughter, and drinks, and just pretend like everything's okay for a few hours. Good on you, Durnan.
Thank you. What you guys are doing really is bringing up the spirits of everybody. And he points to a banner that's hanging over the pit in the middle of the yawning portal, and it is the symbol of the decimators of dragons. He says, "What you four are doing is noble. Not a lot of people or adventurers or anybody, for that matter, might do what you guys have done."
Well, thank you.
He nods and he gets called over from across the bar. He says, "I'll be around. If you need anything, just let me know." And he walks off.
I drink my drink.
Mm-hmm. So, guys, how do we feel? Nobody backed out. That's got to be good,
really
right?
Surprised, especially Ryan.
I was pretty impressed.
Man, I thought
Ryan seemed
for sure.
shady. So I'm extra glad that we made our stance about the tower known because, could have got tricked into something there.
Yeah,
Wasn't
and
necessary.
could have had a lot of guilt attached to if she had pulled out and not offered support. But you know what? That's all in the past. Let's celebrate this really big win. We have a great team. If there ever was one to defeat the rise of a horrible dragon goddess.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers to that.
Leosin, who's a small man, tries to lift the stein of beer. And he lifts it with two hands, and he goes to cheers you as well. He says, "You guys have no idea how close it was at some points to many factions running for the hills."
Oh man, he's gonna drink and get loose-lipped.
I know.
Have a sip,
Tell us
Leosin,
more,
tell us
Leosin.
more.
He sips. It's
Must
like
have been
filled
very
to the
stressful
brim.
for you.
I have filled out so much paperwork.
I
You
bet.
have no idea.
You're the only reason that place is running.
If you're telling me. And he takes a big swig.
You get good compensation.
As good as can be expected.
They treating you well.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Just making sure. You're a real awesome
Management
guy.
has changed a few times since I've been here, but Lady Silverhand, she's good. She's good to me.
So Leosin, who seemed like they might not be on board, because what we're doing is it's so obvious that it's the right thing to stop the rise of Tiamat.
Well, the Zentarum, it's always a question whether, even now that they've said they'll support, whether they actually show up, that's always a big question.
Shady people.
Sir Istval, he's seen a lot of battle, and his stance has been that he wouldn't put him and his forces behind something he didn't believe in. And he wasn't sure about, as he put it, you three yahoos.
That's fair.
It's pretty fair.
That's fair. That's fair.
We've been called worse.
Oh, much worse.
He was a big question. King Melandrich, he's a bit of a hothead, and disappeared a little bit after he found out about Nairnvane.
That couldn't have been easy for him to hear.
No, we weren't sure about him and the Elven Eldritch Knights. So there were a couple others, but they have all come around, and it appears that we have full forces going into what is to come. How are you three feeling about what is to come? Is there anything that we can do for you in order to help you prepare?
Is there anyone who can enhance my abilities a little bit?
How do you mean?
My spellcasting abilities.
You want like a magic tutor?
Yeah, well, maybe someone to teach me a few new tricks, like...
Well, I mean, you 3 are some of the most powerful adventurers.
Are you trying to scare us?
No.
Are you trying to terrify us?
But if you look,
what you doing?
If you look what you can do and what you have done,
Yes, it's pretty awesome.
your powers and abilities are
Okay, fine. How about some healing
becoming,
potions?
I dare say it, godlike.
Well,
Well, that's gonna go to Thea's head.
we like to stay humble, so...
I know. I don't want you to underestimate the powers that you have going into this battle that you have. You have them. You just make sure you use them.
I.e., don't forget shit.
Always good advice.
More what I was talking about is final arrangements. Where do you come from? Where is your families? Where do you wish to have your worldly possessions sent back to if the worst happens?
If the worst happens, you can send my knapsack back to my parents in Silvery Moon.
Oh, Leosin, it's so like you to be talking to us about, like, legal paperwork here at the bar as we're chatting. And you know what? We appreciate you for being you.
I'm just trying to look out for you. What I'm saying is if there is somewhere you wish to go, we can make that happen.
I should go see my folks.
Well, it's been a while since you've been back there.
Yeah, but I guess if not now, when? I mean, how could they be disappointed in me now? I'm about to help save the world.
You're a decimator of dragons.
Right, and you're pretty much godlike.
Exactly. They're going to be happy to see you.
What do you think, Leosin? Get me a ship up there tomorrow?
I will do one
Alright.
better than a ship. Don't worry.
A super ship.
A mega ship.
We have 2 days.
Half ship, half dinosaur.
Wow. Well, shouldn't Nulara ride that then?
I guess, yeah. Nulara, take me up to Silvery Moon on your half ship, half dinosaur.
Leosin, I would love to go see my family too. I haven't been home to High Forest in years, and I'd love to see my brothers, and they probably, gosh, I bet I have like 1 million nieces and nephews now.
That can be arranged, absolutely. And you, Flint?
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been back to Mithril Hall, so I guess, in Thia's words, if not now, then when?
In the morning it shall be done. I will send you to Mithril Hall, High Forest, and Silvery Moon, and arrange, as I have done for everybody, final papers as to direct your possessions, your earnings, your whatever you have left for you.
Well, how are you going to get a tower delivered there? Because,
Yeah.
I mean, that seems...
Yes. The question
like a tough-
of Zonthal's Tower. Where do you guys stand on Zonthal's Tower? Like, what do you want to do with that?
Oh my gosh, you know what? If we die, we should leave it to Greg.
Or Flamikins.
I mean, you guys, I don't necessarily think she's the most responsible person to have the tower, but she is kind of technically the one that kind of got us into the tower, sort of, a little bit.
What about her and Thaddeus?
Yes.
Okay, the
Yes.
yin to the yang.
The joint
Well,
custody.
and that if it passes, by those who have entered it,
I mean, they're partial
They did.
owners.
That's true.
it did. So that seems right to me.
Okay. Can you make that happen?
I will absolutely make that happen.
Awesome. I drink more.
He too drinks more.
Oh yeah, it's as I'm
Oh yeah,
drinking.
we've been
this
drinking
whole
the
time.
whole time.
Everybody make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh. Thea got a 4
It's an 11.
plus...
Yeah, you can't be poisoned. You're fine.
Oh.
Alcohol is a poison.
It's true. It is. If you drink
We were
enough
like,
of it.
oh.
Yeah.
Durnan.
Yeah.
Durden.
Durden's been a sleeper agent this whole time.
This whole time. What a
God.
surprise.
Flint, you make it with resistance. Or
I only rolled a 7, so I'm like drunk as fuck, I
you're
guess.
drunk.
I'm
as fuck.
drunk as
It was some strong stuff. You and Nulara, you and Leosin are drunk as all get out. Sorry, Flint, or what did Flint roll?
I have resistant to poison, so
Yeah,
I
so
think
you
my
get-
11's probably good enough.
Yeah, you're fine. So Leosin's like, you know what, you guys, since I met you at that cave with the people who made me work so hard, they were not good owners, bosses. The Cult of the Dragon. They were bad. They're bad people. I'm glad we're stopping them.
Yeah. Oh, I hate the Cult of the Dragon, you guys. They're the worst.
So bad.
We're gonna stop them, right?
If Tiamat was here right now, tell me, what would you do?
I would punch her in the. What do dragons have?
Well, she's got a lot of different heads, so
like so many heads.
what
Punch
head
her
would you punch?
in the head.
Which one?
The least bitey head.
I'd punch her in the most bitey head.
Oh,
red.
yeah, go right after that.
There's white. There's black. There's blue. There's green. What color says
When you're done
punch
with her,
me?
they're all going to be black and
Black
blue.
and blue. I'd punch her in all her faces. I'm very fast.
Are
And
you?
He punches and he's very fast.
Ooh, God.
Well, he's a monk,
I
isn't he?
steady
He
all
should
the
be fast at
all the
punching.
glasses on the
Stupid fucking
table. Like,
fast.
wow. Okay. If you could bone anyone in this tavern.
Oh,
What about her? I point
bad.
over to a.
no, Thea. I'm a man of the faith. I can't do that.
Not at all.
No,
Okay. What,
Never?
what about kissing?
no,
Some smooching, some
no
hugging.
smooches?
no,
Can you hold hands?
no,
Could you rub up against each other? Clothes on.
no. Thea, I don't like where this conversation is going.
Thea's
Sorry.
base system of the system of bases in Silvery Moon is fascinating.
There are many bases.
First base,
Baseball.
rubbing up against each other.
Baseball's
while
very
clothed.
low for it.
Clothes on.
Second base, holding hands.
Who says in Silvery Moon you run to first base first?
You're right.
You know our
You're
baseball
right.
system.
That's true.
You're right.
Amy
a really
creates
good
whole
point.
new baseball system.
Elves are freaky,
this is,
y'all.
This is how it's played in Silvery Moon.
Tom, roll a d20.
Okay. It's a 9.
You're bored.
I'm not wearing any underwear.
He knows what's
Why
up.
always-
You've played baseball.
Why always tell us about your
in Silvery
underwear,
Moon.
Flint? It's so weird. You're always
Look,
talking
she
about
wants me to rub
underwear.
up against people, and he
No,
doesn't
no.
wear any underwear.
I didn't say you had to rub up against people. Dude, I was just wondering. I am not of the faith of any faith. I barely have faith in myself. It's just, you know what? Let me tell you a secret. I've never rubbed up against anybody.
All right, Theo, I'll turn it back on you. If there was someone in this bar to rub up against, who would it be?
Oh. Thea gets really quiet. I'll go get the next round, and she gets up and she walks away. Thea does not want to answer that question. She's an H-core virgin.
Flint, you're very quiet. What do you think about the end of the world?
Well, I think we're kind of fucked either way, so let's dive in head first.
What's the end of the world, and he knows it, and he feels fine.
Spotify.
That's a great big C reference that Carla's not going to get.
No, that's REM.
Yeah. Great Big C was a cover.
It was a cover.
There was a better version.
Whoa. Take it
Bold
easy.
statement.
Sacrilege.
I mean,
Our hand's
they're
great.
very
I
similar.
mean, they're
very
both
similar.
yeah,
Yes, anyways.
They're-
That's true. That's true. You're very open right now. I mean, this drink, it makes you feel bad.
I come back with more drinks.
Oh, good. More bad feelings.
Are the drinks making you feel bad?
No, it's the end of the world.
No, maybe it's not. Come on, we're gonna work so hard. We're gonna punch the dragon in the face so many times. We're gonna totally stop her. Don't worry about
I've
it.
filled out all the paperwork for both the end of the world and not the end of the world. And there's more paperwork for the end of the world, which means it's probably what's going to happen because there's more work that went into that.
So what you're saying is, you're done your job.
You already did both directions.
Hey,
so
that
like
sounds
you're
like we
off
should
now.
drink to
Free
that.
right now.
Here, here.
Yeah.
And he drinks heavily, and he passes out.
Oh.
So it wasn't a gentle pass out.
I
No.
tuck him in a little bit. Poor guy.
You carry on partying throughout the night, carrying Leosin around with you wherever you go.
Weekend at Bernie style.
We're so
That's right.
excited that he's came out with us. We
Yeah.
don't want to let it go.
Plus, we don't want to just leave him somewhere to wake up.
Yeah, I
mean,
know,
like-
that would be very unsettling.
Oh yeah, we bar hopped. Like we went to 3 other different taverns, and we just left you at the yawning portal.
Well, hello there. I'm your Dungeon Master, Russ More. Thanks for joining us for episode 67 of Dumbgeons Dragons. Where do we stand? I think we're standing in a pretty good place as far as the adventurers go. And in real life, it's nearly the end of the year. It's gone by super fast. Super fast. Can't believe it. The next couple weeks, we will be releasing a couple different and fun episodes to carry us through the holiday season. But just because they're different doesn't mean I haven't woven them into the story. I mean, everything is connected now, right? We hope you enjoy them. Being the holiday season, we are celebrating by hanging out with our patrons during our monthly Goog Hang, and this month we've moved it because our normal time would have been on Christmas Day. And, I mean, we love everybody all that much, but they don't want to you don't want to hang out with us on Christmas Day. You got family and friends to do that with. So this month, we're doing a morning Goog Hang on Saturday, December 22nd. And if you've been thinking about joining our Patreon community, we hope you consider jumping on this month because at the $2 plus levels, you'll be able to come hang out and share in the festivities. We'll talk about the episodes coming up, what everyone is doing for the holidays, and what we are all looking forward to in 2019. So patreon.com/dumbdragoncast is the place to visit, and we hope to see you over there. That said, there are so many ways to support the show. If you listen to us and love the show we're creating, a review or share of an episode to a friend or family member goes a long way. And if you leave us a review, we'll gladly read it right here just to say how awesome you are. We collect reviews from iTunes and Stitcher specifically, so if you leave us a review somewhere else, just send us a little snapshot of that. To either anywhere on social media or to our email, and we will find it and thank you there. You can find all of our social media links and where to get a hold of us through our website, dumbdragons.com. And thanks to Syrinscape today for some of the amazing atmosphere. Tons of the amazing atmosphere, actually. This whole episode is filled with it. Just make sure you check them out at Syrinscape.com and bring your games to life. Links for everything mentioned today can be found in the description. The next episode will be out Wednesday, December 26th. Let's see how the night ended for our adventurers, and who still has their pants on. Spoiler alert, probably not Flint. Have a very Merry Christmas if that's what you celebrate, a wonderful winter solstice if it's not, and we'll talk very soon. Where does everybody wake up in the morning?
I wake up in my bed. I don't know. Thea doesn't get drunk.
I mean, I was real drunk, so like probably on the floor beside my bed.
Probably the parking lot of a Denny's without your clothes on. That kind of drunk? Is that how drunk you were?
I mean, you just said we carried Leosin around, so I can't imagine now you guys left me outside of Denny's. I hope.
We're like, we gotta make sure he gets home okay. You're on your own.
Well, you survive in the wilderness. He's soft.
You're the godlike adventurer, he says.
He's been pushing papers for a very long time. He may be able to punch fast, but he's not conscious.
Okay, you guys wake up. And Flint, roll a d20.
It's a 17.
Okay, you're back to Flint. I mean, when you wake up. And you all head to Leosin's office, and he looks pretty hard off. But he says, okay, so we're gonna go to the teleportation chamber, and I'm gonna send you guys to the places we talked about. Silvery Moon, and he points to Flint. High Forest, he points to Thea, and Mithril Hall, and he points to Nulara. Right?
Can we all just
you're
move
You're so close,
to the
buddy.
points that he was pointing at for those
Yeah.
days?
Sure.
Yeah, there you go.
Just to help
Okay.
him out.
Got it. Good. Okay. Let's go.
You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I don't run the teleportation part of it.
You gonna vom?
Later.
If you're gonna spew into this.
Oh god.
I'll put it onto the and then it'll vanish it somewhere and somebody's going to have a real bad day.
Imagine some poor, like, I don't know, some halflings walking through the forest when out of nowhere
Just
just
like,
hit by a stream of vomit. Just do that to someone, Leos, and that'd be just terrible.
All right, whoever's going, and then you get to the teleportation chamber, and there are a couple wizards standing, waiting. And he says, all right, who's going first?
I will.
You step into the teleportation chamber, into the runes, and the wizards begin reading their incantations, and the runes begin to glow, and the haze begins to fill your vision, and your friends disappear from sight,
I wave.
and your vision begins to come back to you. Where are you?
I am at the like outskirts, the entrance, I guess, of Silvery Moon.
2 guards are standing at the gate to Silvery Moon. The doors are barred, and they see you apparate in front of them. You see the runes, and they look like they're on guard when you become visible. But once the haze clears, they see you, and they lower their weapons, and they say, Miss Amastacia, it's been a long time since you've been back. Quick, yes, come in. And they open the gates for you. And you head into Silvery Moon.
I give them the curt nod.
Back in Waterdeep. All right, who's next?
Okay, I'll go.
You step into the circle, and the runes begin to glow and move around you, swirling. Your vision of the room disappears. The haze begins to clear. Where are you, and what do you see?
So I am in High Forest, which is where I grew up. So I am literally in the forest right now. And I think since it was, fairly recently harvest time, it is autumn. So it's like really beautiful and colorful sort of deciduous trees everywhere as they're about to shed their fall leaves. And I'm going to head to essentially my family's property. 6 brothers, but they all, are in their own homes with their own families now, probably. But on the same property.
You make your way to the outskirts of where you know the property to be, and you see a man tending, just kind of clearing a field of where a harvest had just taken place. Which of your brothers do you see?
I see Varez.
As you step closer, you snap a twig or something. Something to catch his attention.
I do not snap a twig.
How dare
Thank
you,
you very much. My goodness.
As you step
What a
forward,
bad at first impression
Donnie
to
snaps a twig.
remake when you.
Donnie snaps a twig.
Okay, there. That's fine.
And Perez turns around and sees you and Donnie walking up. First, a little shock at seeing a gold dragon wormling, but then seeing you, he drops everything in his hand and, with a gasp, says, Nulara.
It's me. I'm home. How are you? And I kind of speed up. It's my brother. I'm not going to run open armed across a field. But, I am walking briskly. I'm very excited.
He runs towards you and calls out, Nulara's back! Nulara's back! And you look around and you see people come out of the buildings that are built there.
The literal woodwork.
The literal woodwork, and you see all of your brothers and their what you can presume to be some of their children running out towards you. Back in Waterdeep. Well, you're last there, bud. You ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
You step into the circle, and the same process that you've seen before. The wizards begin their incantation, and the haze begins to fill your vision. And your vision comes back. And where are you, and what do you see?
I'm in a spot I know very, very well. I'm at the hidden passage entrance to Mithril Hall. It looks just like a plain wall to the untrained eye, but if you know where to look, you know exactly where the door is. I do the sequence of movements needed to do with the loose stones on the door, and
I thought it was
I unlocked the
I thought
puzzle.
you were like
voguing.
Just Vogue. That would be amazing if I was.
The door begins to grind open slowly. Inside you hear the workings of the inside of Mithril Hall, which are very familiar to you. And you step in and descend down into the heart of the mountain. And you see the entire city of Mithril Hall, which you haven't seen in a long, long time. We cut to somewhere else. It's black. You hear footsteps, kind of scuffling about, trying to find a place to go. You hear a voice, and it says, Hey, Victor? Victor, where'd you go? You hear footsteps walking closer to your position. Hey, it's not funny, man. It's very dark in here. Oh. You see a sliver of white light begin to crack within the darkness. Hey, what are you doing over there? And it begins to tear open into the darkness. That's not good. And hands begin to reach out and begin prying apart the white light. And faces begin to be seen, ghostly, demonic faces. And the camera pans back, and you see the face of a ghostly Grancis. Oh boy, we're in trouble now. I'm just gonna say, based on the decisions and the events unfolded by you and your team here, everybody will decide who is in and who is out.
our actions in the past or in this meeting currently occurring.
Because I've already yelled at everybody, stood on a table, sat backwards on a chair.
This here I'm showing on Skype is a scorecard based on
boy.
all the descriptions made, decisions made.
Why
Since
was there so many
when?
F's on it?
Russ, this is fascinating.
And what kind of math were you doing that there's a whole bunch of F's on it? Those are letters.
Yeah. When did you start this sheet? Like,
Since the beginning of Rise of Tiamat.
oh my
boy.
god, are you for real?
Yeah.
Russ, oh my god, that's amazing.
You should see, listeners, you should see his face right now. He looks like, I don't know,
Grinning like a
kid
Cheshire
with
cat.
like,
He should
This
be.
is all
that is
up
crazy.
to you.
Oh my
All
god.
up
I
to
mean,
you.
I hate
Oh,
it.
boy.
I hate that you're
we
saying
did our
that.
best, you guys. We did
but-
our best.
It's kind of better because it means like it's already decided, right?
It's a long time coming. Yeah, it's not just spur of the moment.
Gosh, what if
true.
by throwing those people In that river that one time.
Nobody knows about that.
That was before we recorded. That never
before
happened. Shh, that never happened. We never used to say tie him up and throw him in the river all the time.
No, Amy didn't have that suggestion for us to
Yeah,
do
but
with
she
the
said
prisoner
they,
one
and then you
time.
threw me right under the bus and into the river, Tom.
After tying you up.
I've been told that they find the chewing, crunching of Paisley endearing.
I don't know if that's what they meant. Look at it.
It is quite
Paisley,
loud.
go somewhere else.
Oh my god, she got up.
Go
She
somewhere
left.
else. Good girl.
Oh my goodness.
Good girl.
Go for that positive reinforcement, Paisley.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Why is he looking at us?
She's looking around the room, not at anyone.
No, I meant, why is Russ looking at us?
That not all of us
Well, I can't
stare
at me.
pointedly
I
at
gotta look at
Thia,
fucking somebody.
Flint, and Nulara. She goes, but not you, Donnie. You'll be fine.
Donnie, you'll be good.
Donnie will live on.
Our dog is audibly farting underneath the table.
Oh no.
I like how Carla said, I know, and it's like,
No, I
farting
said,
that
oh,
loud.
Oh no. She
Oh.
said, oh no.
No. I know, I can hear the farts.
I
It's
know.
just
No, I
terrible.
couldn't hear it. I can just hear the bone chewing.
She's like, oh god, I swear it's not me. Like,
Why are you looking at Austin Powers shit?
Because of our other podcast, Russ.
none of-
God, how
none of
many
your
times
fucking
do we need
business,
to
Russ.
tell you about
I was
this?
also looking at you. So this is just something for
Wait,
my
was he
hands to
dressed
do.
up as Austin Powers?
You put your right foot in. You put your right foot.
That's their incantations?
It's the hokey pokey. I'm sorry. Keep going. You're doing great.
Flint and Leo.
No, you're just blind now.
You're just blind.
Exactly. Your vision disappears.
Sorry, they rolled poor on
Something
that
went
one.
wrong. You can't be hungover when you teleport. Did we not mention that?
Yeah, it does cause
And then
blindness.
Leosin and Flint just go up to you and be like, hey, we're your brothers.
Hey, welcome back, sis.